Hello Digidestins, this is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we're making a list, checking it twice. We're just gonna see who's meta defining in this set. So guys, remember to smash that like buttons, show me some love if you like this tier list. If not, no big deal, tell it me down in the comments, it sucks! Because I'd rather just see you guys tell me it sucks. But guys, without further ado, let's dive right into this tier list. Let's talk about everything in this going forwards, and let's go ahead. So first off, it looks like the randomization wanted to give me the Rookie Rush variant. So this is the blue-green Rookie Rush, which is very popular. I gotta say, I'm gonna bring it to tier 1 status, because again, it's not why aren't we playing this, because again, that is all about the fact is the deck is just so dominant and so prevalent. You should be playing it, and again, you're just going to see mirror matches all day because of it. All Fours Digimon sadly got some new tricks with the new support of being able to digivolve on the tamers just to get the closeout game that you might need, because again, we play high tamers. Again, it should be a solid tier 2. I'm going to put it in tier 2 for right now, but I don't think it's going to pass that. Next, we gotta talk about Shine Greymon. It used to be, why aren't we playing this? Well, it's bumped down to tier 1 because again, War Greymon just does its job better. Not many decks that can just clear a board, but again, with splashing with Shine Greymon and War Greymon, that deck kind of is nasty, and I don't like playing against it. I know tamers with War Greymon don't always add up, but that deck wreck out. Next, let's talk about purple variants of Rookie Rush. So you have two variants, one being the Rookie Rush variant where it's just straight up Rookie Rush purple, calling stuff back out, doing its thing. But there's also the Revenge style where it uses security Digimon to come back and take care of things. That deck is really nasty, and they both are definitely tier 1. I think it's a little better than Shine because again, they both recur heavily and your opponent just hates when you do it. This is Ragna Red. I gotta say, Black Ragna doesn't exist really in this format because again, it's too slow, and it would be better luck next time. But again, Red Ragna definitely can cheek wins by standards. I've been seeing it win in the tournament tops, but I still think it's a solid tier 2 deck. It still does the same thing. It's still similar to our good friend Ancient Greymon. It still needs to get through, but again, at least with Red Ragna, it can get through there and deal with your opponent. This is Blue Imperial Digimon. Blue Imperial Digimon is just so nasty in this set. Again, why aren't you playing this? Again, I know it's a boring deck because it's just Jam and Go Burr, and as much as we love Jam and Go Burr, kind of don't want to keep playing Jam and Go Burr. Here is Mastermind. Mastermind is really interesting, boys and girls. I'm not joking. Mastermind purple with Lucimons and having a Numismon mixed in is just really good. And it throws your opponent off. I think why aren't you playing this more often is just really good. I'm going to start testing this deck more often. So guys, check this out on my channel. This is Red Aldermon. Aldermon is really nice. It's very powerful. It's explosive because by turn 2, by its evolution turn, you're removing 3 security stacks. If anything, your opponent with Atomic Inferno is just so nasty, your opponent just can't deal with it. So I definitely think it's low tier 1, high tier 2. We're gonna put it here for tier 2 top end. I don't think anything above him is better than him. But again, there needs to be more representation, more time played. Sadly, Red Victory Greymon with that's Omnimon Turbo is really good in this format, but the fact of the matter is it struggles so hard against certain decks because again, it's still Turbo Omnimon with just some extra retirement. So I think it's a little bit better than Ragna. Actually, nah. Ragna is just a little bit better because Ragna does win. Let's talk about Zeed. Zeed Garurumon is definitely really good. I think Zeed is... it's still pretty much blue Omnimon Turbo. and it still has the draw advantage, so it's slightly better than red. I'm gonna bring all four Digimon down. I don't think it's a tier 2 with all this stuff. Yeah, do we even have to describe? Tier 1 broken. Yellow War Greymon does everything with its whole combo 9 yards. Doesn't care what you do. Mega Zoo is really good, especially in most of its variants. There's not a great pilot can bring it to a tier 1 status, and there's just not many decks that can hold Mega Zoo. So is it as easy to play as the other ones? No. I think it's a tier 1 deck. I don't think is why aren't you playing this status, but again, it's pretty good. D Brigade, it's cute. It can get wins, but better luck next time. I don't feel like it's yet. Still has its weaknesses. It needs fine-tuning. It still needs a few more rounds of support before that deck can be explosive. Next, we have punch decks. Basically, anything that Zaborg wants to punch through. Again, it's the same deck, just different units you use. So I think it's not tier 2. It can definitely win games and throw your opponent off. Your opponent doesn't always have an answer to Zaborg punch, but it's definitely a tier 3 deck. Again, I hate that I'm like hitting black right when it's getting lower and lower. It doesn't deserve this, but again, it's still a tough challenge for it. Talk about Don Devi. Don Devi, I really do like the deck. I feel like it can be tier 1, but I gotta say it's a tier 2 deck right now. It's doesn't have the representation yet because people are still on the Metal Greymon craze, but they'll slowly lean off of Don Devi once they start realizing, off Metal Greymon and move into probably Don Devi, Mastermind, or Plutomon variants. This is Plutomon Metal Greymon. Really good deck. The ability to be able to use your options like Necrophobia to bring out the rush dogs is just really good. Sometimes that's just enough to plus so much. I gotta say, it's definitely not a tier 1 contender and not as good as Ragna. It can top, and it's been proving it can top. Right here, we're just gonna put it above Don Devi. I think it's pretty good. I think it's starting to look biased that I love purple. I'm sorry. Better luck next time. It's pretty close. I feel like this deck just needs another round of support. Being able to rush and get the extra security, but just that 12 attack that just doesn't have pierce, doesn't do anything to just get there, just sometimes just doesn't matter because a blocker just shuts you down, and that's just tough because again, most people, Yellow War Greymon's playing 8 blockers, purple is playing at least 6 or 4, green's playing everything under the sun just to stop you. It's sad when it is this true. Next, let's talk about Ancient Garurumon. Ancient Garurumon's really interesting. This is like a rookie rush variant that gets better once the trial deck shows up, and then it just pops to white. This right now, I think it's tier 2 right here. I think it's solid enough where it can steal wins because your opponent just doesn't know what's going on against it, especially if you splash Atomic Inferno in this. Now your Digimon is swinging in with extra security, and with the restand, you're just taking it out. This is security control. Let security red McDonald's dot deck. The deck is starting to top like a fiend, so we're gonna put it. Why aren't you playing it? I feel like that deck is just why aren't you playing it? The deck is just so good. It doesn't hold back. It doesn't hold its punches. It just straight up does what it does. Again, it's a deck that you really don't want to come across sometimes because most people don't know how to out it. Because again, they'll recover back up, and then you got security that you got to deal with. But again, that's its overlying weakness is its security hurts. Well, let's put this tier 1. We already know Grand Quagmon OTK is just nasty. It's just jam free, swing 3 times, then go into Chaosmon and just make your opponent cry. Let's talk about the Metal Greymon. Greymon, yeah, it's a tier 1 deck. Why aren't you playing this status? I don't think so. I feel like it's tier 1 right up there. I think this is pretty solid. I don't see much else. And then we do have Hercules Kabuterimon Green. It's definitely a really good deck. It can control boards, especially if you splash Saraspawn in there. It feels like we didn't really have much on Backburner. But again, I feel like this is pretty solid of a tier list. It just, where everything is, I feel like is pretty good. There's just watching the meta climb and what's not popping and stuff like that. I'm watching it. Or Greymon's actually pretty dominant. Imperial Dramon can definitely steal wins because it's Rookie Rush plus Dragons. Red security is just really good. We're getting purple tops here and there just to keep an eye out. But again, I feel like Mastermind, like this is why I moved to tier 1. I don't think it's why aren't you playing it. It is topping. But again, like even Grand Quagamon, that's why are you playing Grand Quagamon OTK? It's literally best deck. But again, you can play other decks too. Green is just so flexible. Right now, it's the flexible deck of the set. But outside of that, I think this is a pretty solid tier list. Guys, let me know down in the comments what you think, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace!